Hey guys, and welcome back to the second episode of Richer in Crypto. My name is Rogier, and in this episode, I'm going to take a look at the current situations around cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and Solana. But I want to start off with some perspective. Let's take a look at the total market capitalization of crypto at this given time. So it sits around $2 trillion US. And do you know what this yellow line is here at top that I've drawn? It's the market capitalization. It's not exact, but it's a pretty good approach of the market capitalization of the current stock market globally. If you take this in perspective, $2 trillion US for the crypto space, which is really upcoming. The whole adoption phase is still much in progress, and it will take years, probably maybe even a decade before it's furthermore integrated than what it is today. So yes, the drop from yesterday, or let's say the last couple of weeks, Bitcoin has been on a downtrend from $69,000 to where it sits now. It sits around $43,000, but the market capitalization is still only $2 trillion US. It's still early. That's my point of view. So that's why I'm pretty calm surrounding this further dip, and it might go even lower. We'll take a look at how low Bitcoin might go in the next couple of days or weeks, and what my take is on that. But I just wanted to give you this perspective to zoom out, look at the bigger picture, look at all the possibilities still available in crypto. Maybe not for today or tomorrow or next week, or maybe not even for the next 6 months, but in the years to come. So keep that in mind. The second thing that I want to show is the Bitcoin dominance at the moment. With this drop, it's still very extremely low. It sits at 39.64%. But it's holding the support line here. So that means that even, let's say that the market capitalization didn't drop so much, but the dominance kept dropping. That would mean that Bitcoin would give further ground away to all the other coins. So Bitcoin is still at 39.64, which is really low. So if it can stabilize, it might still be good for altcoins. And very interesting is how much Ethereum has been growing and taking the ground from Bitcoin. You're looking at the Ethereum Bitcoin chart here on the weekly, and you can see that from September 2019 until where it sits now, it's been gaining almost 400%. And if you take a look at the total market capitalization from Bitcoin and Ethereum, Bitcoin with this drop sits at $816 billion US, and Ethereum at 408. So it's 50% of what Bitcoin is today. So Ethereum is really holding up pretty well. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. Of course, also in the last episode, I said the level of 45,500 is important to hold. It's way below the bull market support band, as you can see here, which is the 21 exponential moving average and the 20 simple moving average combined. And the upsloping trend line on the daily, it's better visible, but on the weekly, of course, also it fell through. And now the period in which we had in this spring and the beginning of the summer, where 41,000 was the level to break. And once we broke it in August, we broke it first in July, but didn't hold. In August, Bitcoin broke through and set a new all-time high in November. And now we are almost retesting the level of 41,000. But how bad is that actually? If you keep in mind that Bitcoin has come from $5,000 in 2020, so 2 years later, now it sits at $40,000, which is 8 times the value. So for me personally, if Bitcoin can hold the level of 41,000, it's still pretty bullish, in my opinion. And of course, if it doesn't hold, then very likely Bitcoin will probably retest the level of the $30,000 and maybe even the $28,500, which it did in June. And the reason why I think that these cards are really on the table for the next period is because if you take a look at the volume profile, which is where there has been a lot of trading activity, the trading activity is really declining between the levels of 36,000 and 45,000, but 41,000, of course, it's declining rapidly here. And if the trend, and which is still in a downtrend, stays in a downtrend, a lot of people will stop buying the dip because they run out of money. They're not interested. They want to see when is Bitcoin bottoming out, and then people will be inclined to go on board again. So my take, this 41,000 level it's probably going to be tested very soon. It might try to go up back to the level of $45,000, and then I think it will get a rejection and go back to 41,000. And depending on how long it stays here, what the volume will do, it will either fall through or will stay here moving sideways for the next couple of weeks, depending on what kind of news comes out on crypto, on the economy, on the COVID crisis. And if there are more interesting buyers who will go into the market, if there's any news around the spot ETFs, of course, later in January, there's 2 ETFs probably being declined, but it would be a miracle if they will be accepted. I think it will probably be declined just like the other ones. Not being pessimistic here, just I think it's realistic at this point in time. So what am I going to do for the next couple of months? If we stay in a downtrend and Bitcoin goes to $30,000, I am still bullish on crypto for long term and on the way up. And I'll make a video in English as well, because I made a video in Dutch where I also have a YouTube channel, over 100 videos. But in an uptrend, and that was the uptrend in 2021. And of course, 2021 and from 20 till like May 21, you should always take some profits off the table. And one of the things that you could consider is putting them in stable coins and get a nice interest, where you can get them out of the crypto space, put them on your bank account, or put it in stocks or ETFs, exchange traded funds. And once there's a downtrend and the prices of crypto are very low again, then you can rebuy yourself into crypto for a part, and then of course get more crypto. And on the next wave up, you will again probably make a lot of money. So that's also something to consider. So for me, and also if you don't sell your crypto, it's unrealized losses or unrealized profits. Only if you realize it, selling it and putting the money off the table, putting them in your pockets, then you're realizing either the loss or the profit. So if you're in a loss at the moment, it's very tricky to sell, because if you sell now, you may be 30, 40, 50% in a loss. Yes, it could drop further, but it could also increase in time. So I am just sitting on it. There are cryptocurrencies where I am not in a profit. I'm just waiting because time is on my side. I can wait for years and I'm still bullish for long term. So that's my take on how I approach these situations. And let me know how you think about that, and then drop them down below in the comments. And if you want a more extended version of what my strategy is, looking back and looking forward, I can make a dedicated video. So please let me know down below in the comments. Just as we could see that Ethereum is gaining on Bitcoin, you can also see it in the charts. If you're looking at the structure, Ethereum is still on the higher level, because where Bitcoin is descending pretty rapidly to the situation in the spring, Ethereum is still holding, and there's a really big fat wave of support on trading volume, past trading volume around the levels of $3,300 until $3,000. So Ethereum will get a lot of support around this area, people buying back into Ethereum. And if Ethereum would drop, it would probably get a retest around the level of $3,000, where previously Ethereum had some resistance and later flipped support and had a while fighting to see if it would be resistance or support in September, broke through. So this level, this $3,000 level is crucial for Ethereum. So even though if Ethereum would drop until the level of $3,000, I think it will take some really good strength to bring Ethereum below $3,000. Will it go rapidly higher? No, because if Bitcoin will stay on a downtrend, it will keep drawing back the total market capitalization, and also of course Ethereum, but Ethereum might do it slower. So Ethereum might still gain more momentum on Bitcoin, eventually potentially flipping Bitcoin. Maybe not in 2022, but in 2023, I think it's a good possibility. If, however, for some reason we would go in a further downtrend and Bitcoin will break down to $30,000 and Ethereum will fall down until the levels of $2,500 into a range of $1,800 again, for me personally, that would be the ideal sales situation, and I would go really deep into Ethereum. So how is ADA holding up? And looking at the trend lines already drawn, where there were 2 retest here, actually I would expect that Cardano would be like maybe even fall to 80 cents on this deep correction of Bitcoin, but it didn't. It held the line. It's holding the line, and that's I must say it kind of surprised me a little bit. And of course, it's positive. It's nice that Cardano holds up and still around $1.25 at the moment. And I'm very interested to see if this level of resistance now, of course, again, I'm talking about this yellow line here, what it will do for Cardano. But just as I said, for Ethereum and Bitcoin, it's exciting time. So it's really, the cards are on the table for Cardano also to fall at maybe 80 cents. We'll have to see, but tread carefully. The final currency for this second video I'm going to take a look at is Solana. Solana is at the critical spot. And I also grabbed the volume profile for Solana. And you can see that if Solana falls below $131, there's a big gap of nothing until $80. And because there isn't much data for Solana, and if you take a look at the whole chart, and if there comes a really big correction, it's very possible for Solana, if you take a look at the structure, that $115 is important level for Solana to hold. And then there's, like I said, a whole time of nothing. And looking at some points, then maybe we can say that around $22 is an interesting level, and maybe here around $60. So that would, I think for my personally, if I take a look at macro level at this kind of levels, volume profiles, I would say this is stage 1 for Solana to hold. If it doesn't hold, it's going to drop and probably fall below $60. And finally, the last stage, and this would be the ideal level for reaccumulating Solana. And does it mean that it will probably drop to those kind of levels? I don't think so, because I don't believe 2022, the bull run for crypto is over. I think that in the next 3 to 6 months, it will stabilize and we will still see a higher level than $2 trillion for the whole crypto space. That's my opinion, and that's my perspective on the economy, which is growing, the adoption process for crypto. And at the end of the video, I want to zoom out again, looking at the growth of Bitcoin on this chart. So even though at the moment Bitcoin here is finding a way to set a new bottom, to go further higher in the future, yes, corrections short term might be painful, but my eyes are really glued to the future, the perspective, the possibilities of crypto. The market cap of only $2 trillion. If you compare it to the stock market globally, it's nothing. So it's, in my opinion, it could be $10 trillion within the next couple of years. And that's a number that I'm aiming for in the next 5 years for crypto to get to. So stay vigilant, stay calm. When in doubt, zoom out. And the trend is your friend, of course, always. And there are going to be so much more interesting and valuable and innovative projects on the blockchain in the next decades to come. So I'm really thrilled and looking forward to the next move of the crypto space. So let's see where it's headed. There's a new video coming every Tuesday and Thursday. So again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell button so you won't miss any content, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye.